Welcome back to The Purpose Works, and I'm Jane Lauderback. Today our conversation is going to be about fulfillment at work. We've seen, and I think we all have had, this incredible experience over the course of 2020. One where 3 months ago what we have been seeing is that for all of us, it's like, please don't give me one more thing to do. I can't keep everything going. I'm completely bombarded. I don't know really how to navigate. It's been very, very difficult because the changes are happening, if not every day, multiple times during a day, to now kind of feeling like in any sort of sense of going through an adversity. We don't wish adversity on anybody, but when we do go something that's incredibly difficult, we find that we come out of it with a sense of, what did I learn from it? And at this point now, I think we're all looking back and saying, I can't believe I went through what I went through. It's given me a certain sense of ability to know that we could actually do all the things that we think we can, that we're really capable of so many kinds of things. It also has given us a renewed sense of relationship for ourselves, finding clearer connections to the things that truly, truly matter. And what we're going to talk about today is sort of, where am I? Like, where are you right now? And where do you want to be? And we're going to look at it from the perspective of work. Because we find that this is through the work that we do, but also in the years of research that we've been conducting, that much of our lives are shaped by the work that we do. This does not suggest that work is everything. We're just saying for today we're going to take a spotlight on that, because work does fulfill so much of our time. It gives us a sense of ways that we want to define ourselves. It gives us a certain sense of, hopefully, meaningfulness. And I think that's the one thing that's really spiked in 2020. For many of us, like, what am I doing? Or why am I doing this? I want to do something that feels like I can make a real impact in some way. And we want to make sure that we have a sense of our own identity through the work that we do, that we don't get lost in something. And importantly, it gives us a sense of connection and community. It's when we come together that we can do incredible things, as opposed to being able to do them by ourselves. And it's important to be able to have our own sense of accomplishments, but we want to have a sense of true kind of legacy. What's our mark going to be? How do I want to think about where I want to take the next step in my journey, and how do I want to think about that? So we wanted to offer up a couple of thoughts as you begin to start constructing that thought process, or that path for yourself. And the first and most important thing is, don't get caught up in what's going on out there. Don't get caught up in what other people think that you should do. Really listen and be very soulful. Listen to what it is that you really want, what's most important to you. And so you can ask yourself 2 questions. One is, what are my values? What are the 5 values that are really important to me, that I really need to uphold? And that's going to set you on a path of really understanding what your purpose is. The other thing is that often as high performers and as leaders, we always put ourselves last. Everybody else comes first. And it's not about being selfish in any way, but think of yourself in the same way perhaps that you would for a client. If someone said, maybe you're planning on doing something, and someone says, can I do so-and-so, I'm in trouble? Yeah, fine, I'm not going to go out for a run, or I'm going to cancel my doctor's appointment. You are equally important as everybody else. And so plan the things that you want to do that are going to help you in directing and implementing your path. And someone had said this to me, think of the book that I'm writing, think of it as a client. Don't always put it at the end of the list. The other one I think is really helpful is just sit down and paint the picture. Just sit there for 50, what does that really, really look like? Because what we focus on expands, and if we don't paint that picture, if we can't quite describe it in our heads, if we can't even think about it, then how do you know that you're even there, or how to get there? Think of it like, what's the film clip? What's the 15-second film look like of where you want to be? Maybe not by the end of next year. Keep it really simple. The next 3 months, the next 6 months. This is an interesting one. Our next step is, think about the difference between distractions versus accountability. And we all have them. We choose distractions so we don't focus in on something that's hard. So if you have challenges with distractions, just get some accountability. Share it with other people. I have someone that actually we're now meeting every Friday to make sure that we're kind of staying on track with what we said that we were going to do. And if we haven't, let's kind of uncover why, so that we can continue to kind of go on that path of being successful. So when you choose an accountability partner, choose someone that will call you out too. So it's like, how come you didn't do so-and-so, or you can't do all those 5 things that you think you're going to do, but also someone that still loves you too, because you just want to make sure that together you're nurturing your relationship. The next one is pace yourself. It's I'm trained to run the marathon in a week. It's those small micro steps that allow us to integrate anything that we want to do in a way that's going to be easy to all the other things that we have going on. And as that great Chinese proverb is, every drop kind of adds to building up a bucket of water. So a little bit every week, right? Don't make it difficult. Make it enjoyable. And the last one is, having a sense of acknowledging yourself for what you are able to achieve. It could be each one of those micro steps, or at the end of 2 weeks, but to look back and just say, hey, I actually did so and so. I actually was able to run 3 times last week, or able to sit down and kind of think about reaching out to people as I want to construct my path, and where do I need other resources. I actually attended the class that I really wanted to attend because I want to get a certification. Acknowledge it, because most of the time we go from problem to problem to problem, and we don't even just take a moment to pause, and it's critically important, because that's how we know that we're doing it or not. So if you found this video of value, please share it with others, and we'd love to hear how you're doing, so please comment below or reach out to us on The Purpose Works. Thanks very much.